Today is November the 14th, 2018. It's 1:10 p.m. in the afternoon. We are interviewing Lily Chen Foster at her home in Houston for Houston Asian American Archive. I am Shimi Lee.
I am Sunny Kate Karante.
Hi.
So for the record, could you tell me your name?
Yes, my name is Lily Chen Foster. My professional name is Lily Chen. My Chinese name is Chen Ye.
Okay. And when and where were you born?
I'm born in China, Shanghai.
Okay. So can you describe your childhood experiences in China?
Okay, I think I have a great memory about my childhood. Did I look at the camera or look at you?
Can I see it?
I can look at the camera. Fine. Yeah. Yes. Okay. When I was a kid in China, that time is very kind of very rich. For me, it's happy. Just before the Cultural Revolution and before the natural disaster. So when I was little, everything is all right. My parents are working, so until 1966, I was second grade. Then Cultural Revolution started.
Okay. So what were your parents' occupation before Cultural Revolution?
Okay, my father was engineering, working for the Shanghai Coal and Mine Research Company. My mom was CPA for Shanghai Power Company.
So how many siblings do you have?
I have one brother, younger brother.
Do you Did you take care of him like for your parents when you were a kid?
Yes, I do. And I remember he's 4 years younger than me, and I remember one time and there was an afternoon school with big rain. He's like a kindergarten. I'm like, no, he's preschool, 3 years old. I'm like a kindergarten or first, I think, yeah, 4 years, like a first grade or the kindergarten, whatever. I remember I carried him back home. I was very little, yeah, because I love him so much, and I feel like as a big sister, I have to protect him. So I carry him home, and that time we all play in our neighborhood, backyard. You with all the other kids, not like here right now. People play game and watching TV. That time we don't have that kind of things. So sometimes, because he's little and some other kids probably beat him or whatever, bully him. And when I figured out, before my parents come home, I would take him to other kids' home to knock the door, to tell the parents, your son beat my brother. So I feel like I just want to help him. So want the parents to tell the kids not beat my brother anymore, stuff like that.
Can you describe the neighborhood that you grew up in?
Yeah, I feel like I remember we have a big apartment, living 17 families. That big building was only owned by one family, but that time after 49 China liberation, and they went to Taiwan. So I think my father's company just have that. Think about it, before only one family, they have lots of servants and stuff. Now become 17 families there. So we live in the first floor. One room has like four kitchen, 4 like a stove. So when you're cooking, all the neighbors, it's very fun, you see what other people cook, how they cook, they talk about things. So that's the neighborhood. So everybody knows each other, what you eat today, tonight.
Wow. So the 17 families share a same kitchen?
Not the same kitchen. One level, like a 4. On the second level, some family is very few people, like one person or two persons. So they just outside the door. That I remember we have a third floor, like third levels. Kind of very nice house, but I just cannot believe it right now. Cannot even think about the 17 families. Yeah.
So were you having a good relationship with your neighbors? Did you make any friends?
Yes, we do. As a girl, I learned from other girls like older than me. I like knitting. I learn, especially in the summertime, I can sit there and knitting for my grandmother. My grandmother a little bit big, I can knitting. They say that's make you can sit there for a long time. And I learned from a girl next door to me. I can make shoes from the scratch for everything, from the bottom and from is it like a black cotton shoes. And right now thinking about it, probably very healthy, and it's kind of incredible. You can make the things you use worn clothes, take off all the use flour as glue, flour paste, and then make them every layer stuck together and put outside under the sun, let them dry, and you cutting the shoe the bottom size with the many layers, and you use a big needle, have tie them every stitch, probably 100 stitches all the down there, and then you have to make the top one. Kind of art, I think, right now. I don't, but I can do it. And also I learned how to do the crochet, and I make lots of things for the tea part underneath or whatever, something like that. Yeah, and also we play with the neighbor, boy and girls. We don't have much fancy stuff, but we play. I remember my favorite game was counting for 24 or 21, and you use all the numbers and see who can counting first. You just push that, and you're gonna tell them how become 21. 6 plus 1 and then minus 3 is 21. So you have to tell them. So who is fast the winning. I think this is good for your brain, and so my math is very good.
So do you have extended family members who live with you?
Yes, I live with my parents, my brother, and also my grandfather from my father's father, and we live together. I have my mom's parents live in different houses, like you have taken by bus like 5 stops. We visited there every Sunday. China at that time doesn't have 2 days weekend, only Sunday. Now they have Saturday and Sunday, and like here too. But that time, every Sunday, we go to grandparents' home. We call Lolo's family to have a dinner. So we live with my grandfather. My grandmother, I never see. She died when my father was like 15 years old.
Can you describe your primary and secondary school experience? So your schooling experience before Cultural Revolution?
Okay. Yeah, I've been to the very good kindergarten school, preschool. So that time, my kindergarten teacher recommended me and with other 2 girls. I think we are her favorite students. So she recommended 3 of us go to a particular school called Hua Er Xiaoxue. This is only for 5 years. Usually all the other school for elementary is 6 years, but this is like exclusive. They have different textbook. So you have to be smart. You can pass the certain test, then you can go to the school. So I did. A little bit far from our home, because you also go to school next to in your zone, you know. But this one a little bit further, but it's still okay. I just walk there every day. I have a great time for the first 2 years.
You were only there for 2 years?
Hmm?
You were only there for 2 years?
No, before he asked before the Cultural Revolution. Yeah, after Cultural Revolution, I still in the school, but things are different.
Right.
You don't really learn that much.
So, what are the courses offered in your primary school?
What?
What are the courses offered?
Okay, yeah, we have math and Chinese and art, music, and physics things. That was very low age. Then later on, we do have history and political and chemistry, whatever things like that, and the natural. The history things is kind of weird, not like really Chinese history. We call like political. You learn whatever Mao have new report, or he say something with the Cultural Revolution. We have to. So it's a kind of like a newspaper. Newspaper, the front of a page article. So everybody gonna read that. You listen what Mao want us to know, stuff like that. So my Chinese also too, but the article is different. Article is kind of like they pick up somebody like a Lei Feng is one soldier. You probably know it. And he died like 19 or 21. He's a soldier, but he very cheap on himself. I remember his socks have like many hole. He patch again, and his socks become very thick. But he saved all the money to helping other people. So we have to learn his spirit way to helping people, serve the people. So that's that time actually is good when you on the bus. You're gonna learn from Lei Feng. You let your seats give other older people or give a pregnant woman. Probably better that time. Now I don't think I learned something right now. They see some older people there on the bus pretending they didn't see it. So as I say, that time I think is good time.
Okay, so that's for your history class.
History class actually when we was first, second grade is not that much because it's too young. It's just a little bit through the language and the poem stuff. But when you're getting older, it's not really have history. We learned history about the Communist Party starting 1921, and then Long March is all the. I know very well every battles with the Japanese, and then with the Kuomintang, we call the Civil War. Then until 57 is against the right wing, 反右, and after that it was a natural disaster we call 自然灾害. After that, then starting Cultural Revolution 1966.
Oh, so you've been through 3年自然灾害, right? You've been through 自然灾害.
That I was very little. Cannot remember, but I remember my mom and my parents told me. I think my brother born in the 60s, so he just when he born is no lucky baby. When I born, you have everything, and everything need to have a ticket. Like one family, 1 month you probably have 12 eggs, and each person have a half pound oil, cooking oil, and the whole family have 1 pound sugar, kind of things like that, meat. So the food is very limited. So I remember my my grandmother raised a chicken that she herself cannot save. He's not eating enough, so he saved the food for the chicken, so the chicken can give my mom and have a baby. So the chicken, my mom's is very thin, bony, very fat chicken, and you have to go to, my grandfather have to go to the countryside to get directly go to the farm with a farmer and buy any yam something, anything you can eat. It's very 3 years. It's very hard. So I think my brother, when he was a baby, he's basically is not very eaten enough good nutrition.
So back to your education experience. So did you have any dreams when you were a primary school student?
Yes. I remember I want to be engineering because I remember my father say you learn your 数理化 like math, physics and chemistry, you can find a job in the world. So that's I feel like I want to, like my father, be engineering. So, and but I like Beijing Opera. I think if I can be a Beijing opera player, but I never even think about it. That's too difficult. Like you have to be trained when you was very young. So just like it. Family, my grandparents, mom's side, they all like it. So I just like it. That's it.
Have you ever dreamt about being an actress?
No, that time. Just want to be, could be a Beijing Opera. if I can on stage play that. I didn't think about movie or something, no.
Have you ever imagined immigrating to the United States?
No. So when I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
That time we don't really know about American, about the outsider and the world. I think China block all the information. We don't really know. We know lots about Russia. We see all movies that time and black white, and in China has lots of buildings built by the Russian professional, because we call them Big Brother that time, and also influenced by ballet and Russian influenced ballet. So all the most Russian and even songs.
So how old were you when Cultural Revolution took place?
I was second grade, I think 7 or 8 or something.
Do you have any memories about it?
Yes. The worst thing was I remember like lots of students make it kind of a hat, put on our teacher's head, and one woman teacher, she wearing a point shoes. So that time, say if you're wearing point shoes, it's kind of against the revolution. So they cut the shoes, the point, the top one, and also if your hair permed, long hair. No good, so they cut the hair very short. If you wearing skirt over your knee, that's no good either. They cutting, or you have pen, your trouser is very tight on your leg. They just cut all of that. So once I remember, my mom come home, she wearing cotton shoes. I said, "Mom, where's your shoes?" Mom said, "Throw it away." I said, "Why?" She said, "No, you cannot wear this anymore." And so lots of people become short hair and like wearing army soldiers' clothes without the red one and the star. So this become like a fashion, no color.
So how have your family members been influenced by the Cultural Revolution?
Yes, my grandfather lived with us. It's okay. He was a worker for the post office, and before that, he was a what do you call flower
Florist.
florist. He can plant or arrange flower, and then he become worker for the post office, and they pick up you. How can you qualify? It was like if you can say ABCD 26 carat. So he can do it. I cannot believe he do it. So he being hired. But my mom's parents is different. My mom's father was working for Shanghai Custom Company. He's the first graduate special like a college for the custom. He's the number 2 person. Number 1 is his brother-in-law. So that's bad things. So during the Cultural Revolution, they company have the red guard go to the homes. They say 吵架, just like a bottom up. They just take most of the valuable things away. And after one company and anybody, red guard from Beijing or from any other city or anybody, just if you're being robbed one time, they can come you home anytime they want. So I remember my mom was so upset. She put on all her jewelry in her mother's home. So everything is gone. Yeah, and I remember my grandmother burned all the kind of fan, wood fan, you know, when you fan have a kind of special sense smelling, and all the beautiful pearls all burn them out. Yeah, one of my aunt, my uncle's wife, when she was a high school student, Chiang Kai-shek from, later went to Taiwan, come to their school, and she's the one gave him flower. So she has a picture had a flower with the Chiang Kai-shek. So the red guy found this picture, then nightmare started. So she's the worst one. They thinking, God, confess you have anything relationship with Chiang Kai-shek, you are a spy or whatever thing is. So she cannot handle that. She tried to suicide, but the robot was broken and she didn't die. But I think that's very haunting on her. Later on, she has a cancer, died.
So was your parents influenced by the Cultural Revolution?
Yes, my mom was, because my grandfather home, so she like not red roots, so not from let's say soldier, worker, and the parents, they feel like a high lecture, so she cannot become a Communist Party. I think she write an application, but they banned that. And my father was Communist Party because his father is like a worker in the background, and they both graduate from Fudan University. Is after 49, so it's not old China, it's like a new China. But during the Cultural Revolution, even my father family is fine, but they thinking he followed the Liu Shaoqi's way, so they have to be meeting every night, like 9 or 9:30, come home, write, confess. I don't know what he confessed about it, but they just write, after you study the article, you need to write something, just kind of a thing, very weird.
Were your parents able to keep their jobs?
Yes, they always have the job, and they never lost job during that time.
How do you think Cultural Revolution have influenced you?
Yeah, big. If not Cultural Revolution, probably I'm not become actress. I probably also when I was a kid. So one thing my father told me become an engineering, but for me and my grandparents other side always want to me become a doctor, surgeon. I like a surgeon doctor. If they thinking our family nobody is a doctor. They want me a doctor because I'm not afraid about blood, and I'm very good on hand, so I want to be a doctor.
So how has the curriculums in school changed before and after the Cultural Revolution?
Yeah, later after Cultural Revolution, we still grade it like 100 or they call 5 or 优良, whatever. You know, my math always like 100. But the other thing, you know, it's not that much difficult, you know, I cannot compare it with now like crazy. I feel like it's not really, we never learned the real history about China. 5,000 years, you don't need the memory or the dynasty. We never got that. You have to learn by yourself.
Were you allowed to read like history books or anything?
I don't think so. If your family has book, you still lucky keep that. You just secretly read it. And outside the library or bookstore, they don't sell that time. Later on they do, but that time no.
When were you sent to the labor camp?
After I graduated from high school, there was a 73. Because my parents have 2 kids, I'm the older one. I have to go to countryside. If I don't, my brother never gonna get a job, or my parents' salary will be cut. That's Mao said, go to the countryside, receive the poor and the low middle class re-education. And I was lucky enough, you know, not sending to a Xinjiang or some Mongolia far away, so just 2 hours by bus in Shanghai countryside. There was a paper. I didn't sending to the farm on the field, but I was sending to a paper bag factory. I make cement bags. Cement, you know, you make on the floor, the road, kind of. I would describe as cement bags. You have to be made 800 a day. Use your hand to fold the 4 layers, very hard paper. You fold them, use a metal, press them flat, and then use kind of a chemistry glue to glue them together and save 1 hole, so they can, in the machine, they can put down the cement inside.
Wow. You were 17 by that time.
Yes.
How old were other people who were working?
The same my age. Yes, probably 1 year older, or when we go there, say same age. Yeah.
So,
Because that time you graduated from high school, all the university in China was closed. No university was open. No school. You either you go to the countryside or you go to a factory. Your parents have to be retired, or some parents, because the children, they early retired, like the kids can go in to continue what their parents do, or you go into army. That's a hard choice. Not everybody can get it.
When you were in high school and middle school, what was the schooling like during Cultural Revolution?
We have a class like 42 people, boys and girls. We do have recess and they play basketball or something. We have a music class, sing all the revolution songs. Everybody have a red book, mouse book. During that time, you come to the class, you have standing up, a mouse picture was hanging the front of above the blackboard. We have to bend to him 3 times and say, "Long live Chairman Mao," 3 times, and then you can sit down. School starting like that. That was very crazy. Yeah, we also have to go to countryside or factory. I remember we have to work 1 month in factory, no class. The factory we go to is make the thermometer, 热水瓶. What do you call the thermometer? No, the water, keep the water hot.
Like the thermos.
Okay, yeah.
Thermos.
Thermos.
The container?
Yeah, the container.
Yeah, the thermos.
Thermos is a big one, that big.
Yeah.
You see, inside the factory, I learned it's like a glass. They just like in Italy, they make the kind of a glass. They blew them inside the glass, and then outside they have different color of plastic or metal things. So we have to walk there. I think I've been sending to a kitchen, watch all the dishes, kind of dishes like. I remember the sounds great when you watch the ching chang, lots of sound. And I spent 1 month in the countryside, and I remember that they want you get because Mao said that the student only know study. You have to physically, you have to be close to the farmer or the workers. I remember there was a raining day, and me and my classmate as a girl, we have to carry that buckets of pig shit and one big bamboo stick holding. It's very heavy, and we have to walk because that was on the big hole. We have to carry this to the boat. Between that has one very narrow board. Like underneath is a river, and a big rain and very slippery. We have to carry this one. I was thinking, oh gosh, don't fail. If we fail, go to the pool. There will be whole thing. And my friend did fell inside. Then you have watched like 3 times. Your whole body is smelling just terrible. And I just told my friend, you just can't. You have to hold whatever. She's crying. I said, you have to go through that. Otherwise, we both dead. Go. The other 2 pair dropped on the pool. And there was and we have to go to the field to pick up the branches can burning. So for the farm family, something like that. I don't think this anything good can really change you. Just kind of like a physical abuse, like for little kids.
Yeah. So, do you know anyone who is like in the Red Army, or did your classmates join the Hongweibing? Did your classmates or people in your school joined the Hongweibing?
During the Cultural Revolution?
During the Cultural Revolution.
What I know, do they?
Did you know anyone who joined the Hongweibing?
Yeah. That time the elementary is Hong Xiaobing.
Yeah.
That's Hongweibing.
Yeah.
Actually, Hongweibing, I joined Hongweibing too, because that is like a Hong Xiaobing, like you are a good student. But not every Hongweibing and Hong Xiaobing is bad. They have a band that was early. It's like a Beijing is all from university. They are big one. When I go to the high school, that time the worst time already passed. I think when I was in the elementary, it was very bad. But when we become the Hongweibing, is already not like that. Yeah, you have to be good student. You have to be a good student. Your grade has to be high. You do lots of like a community service, like a clean 值日生 whatever. You have to clean the classroom and clean the board and do something like a newsletter on the blackboard. Right now we write, computer, but that time you have every week you need to change it. You have to be very creative. You drawing some, painting something, then you write an article, things like that. Oh, I didn't say the worst things is when I was in the elementary school and during the worst time. One day I come to the school, I saw all the teachers banded, wearing a hat and shoes being cut. Lots of is boy, couple of them usually they are not very good student. They are very tough on the teacher. I feel so upset. I think, guys, the teacher we respect the most. How come they do this? So every time they announce today, this afternoon has a meeting to down with one of the teacher or other one. I never go there.
So back to your experience in the labor camp, can you describe your daily tasks and routines to me?
Okay, yeah, we 8 girls stay in one room. That kind of room is straw, kind of mud straw room. But they built a whole big house. In the top is empty. Top you can hear next door, the room talk. So we have a back bed, double bed, 8 people. I remember if outside big rain, we inside small rain. The floor is kind of mud, not smooth, no air conditioning, no heat. And worst thing is the winter. Everybody has a mosquito net. So you inside. My mom made a very thick comfort for me, and also have a small jacket. You say 棉盾子. So when I sleep, I just wear inside tied. So I cover the thick one and with the mosquito net. But the morning when you get up, wake up, you towel, your wash towel is all frozen. You cannot touch it. Touch you broke. So you just wait there until they mute it. And worst thing was one day was big rain and inside our shoes all floating there. I was a leader of the workshop. Under my leadership, I control like 150 kids. I told them, let's go to the workshop. We had to save the paper bags. Otherwise, the floating, we walk all wasted. So I just let the shoes, whatever, floating. We just run to the workshop. We carry lots of bags up to the high table, but still damage a lot on the ground. And so that was everybody inside your net, in the bed, your mosquito net, you have a cookie containing. So we can go home every month, 4 days, or sometimes, every month, 4 days. So every time I go there, Mom going to make some jam, and I bring some cookies and chocolate, whatever you put on, like my treasure things, because we're eating things, not much oil, it's like bak choy, qing cai, and you are 17, 18, this time you grew up, you working very hard. I remember I can eat like a half-pound rice one time, and always all the qing cai, little bit of meat, or I just use, my mom gave me the bucket, 1 can of kind of like jiang, probably eat like 3 days ago. So then the next, waiting for next month go back, and so lots of friends, they make some food by themselves, anything they can think about it. And I don't know what to call 面疙瘩，你可能都没听到过。It's like a rice paste, just drop in the hot soup, become sticky nuggets with with vegetable, but you don't have some, just only you feel your stomach full, but not enough nutrition, I think, no oil, stuff like that. So that's our life. And the nighttime, probably 9 o'clock, you have to turn off the lights. Only one light in the whole room. It's very dark. So everybody has fresh lights inside your mosquito net. At that time, I read inside the mosquito net in the nighttime.
So did you know anyone who were also working at the labor camp? before?
Yes, some friend of mine still there, but now they are different. Now they are being visited there. I was wonder. Now the straw house is all gone, all like Disney land, or they build all the different colors. Second floor houses, different color, beautiful, and they grew kind of grass for all the hotels. They have fruit and land. They have all the fishy stuff in the pond. They use a helicopter to put on the fertilizer. Right now, life is really good there. It's so different.
Did you make friends at the camp?
Yes, I would like to say when you're in the difficult time life, you made friends forever. I still have friends, keep very close with my farm friends, or more than my movie star friends. Yeah, every time I have chance to go back to China, we all visit each other. We talk about that time life. Very happy. Right now somebody's already back and somebody's already, different life. But we still treasure. We go back together to visit there.
So how do you feel about your experience in the labor camp when you look back from now?
Actually, right now, I think I really treasure about that time. I told my husband, if you send me to anywhere in the world, I can survive. That's make me very strong. You just in hard time. I wish my kids, go through that time too. Make you very strong and make you always believe something and make you have a good friend forever, for your lifetime.
How long did you stay in the labor camp?
2 years. I was lucky enough. Most of my friends, nobody that early. When I was there, and the school starting, the university starting open again. So that's my first priority. Want to go to college, and then for the army too. And then but you have to be good. You have to be Communist Party. Then you can choose you. So I write application for joining the Communist Party, but they didn't want me. And so I didn't be chosen to the army. And I haven't got the university yet. I haven't have a test yet. And I was lucky enough because I played in high school during the Cultural Revolution. My grandfather bought me an accordion, 手风琴. So I know how to play. And so we have a 小分队, like a small group entertaining. So I need to go back to Shanghai, go home to pick up my accordion. So during that trip on the bus, I discovered by a director from Children's Theater. So rest of is the history. So that the calling changed my life. When I go there, and then I talk to my mom, say the director want to me be there tonight, and they want to see me or something. Mom, if you want to go with me, I'm fine. So we went there. Actually, the company is Shanghai 儿童艺术剧院 Children's Theater, founded by the Madame Song Qingling. my elementary school just next to them, so I'm very familiar with them. So we went there. They want to me play. They have one new play, the athletic. They want me play a major character. I said no way. I've never been trained. I never on stage. I don't know. I can play some small role, 配角. My Mandarin is very good. So later they let old actress play the young, like a 16 or 15 years old. I just play a small role. And then after 2 months, I just play on stage. They borrow me 2 months. I just play on the public, theater. And then I'm back in the factory again, farm. Then the film studio, my neighbor was an artist. She said, we are looking for a girl. It's already tested 8 people, but still not feel right. So my mom gave her my picture. I have a ponytail. She gave them picture, my graduation picture. So one day a van come to farm, like 7 people. I don't know any of them. I saw one lady. I think she's very familiar, like a movie star. Saw her movie before. Then they put on an army hat on my head, and somebody look. So, later I know this person is a photographer, and then with a director, photographer, and a makeup person, and the parties, communist parties, 党支部书记, kind of leader. And they say, okay, nothing, we just want to look at you, and do you have any performance? I said, no, I don't dance, I can exercise. Then I say, I have one point can read to you. When I was in the theater, I learned called Daddy's Eyes. Actually talk about the African kids. His father have to sell in his eyes to support his family. It's a very sad story. 爸爸的眼睛. So I after read that, then they say, okay, you continue working here. If anything happen, we let you know. After 2 weeks, I got a letter say the Shanghai Film Studio want to me go to Shanghai for 1 week for screen test. They are making the movie called Unforgettable Battle, 难忘的战斗. Actually, I was lucky enough when I was in my mosquito net, I just finished reading that book, the whole novel. I finished, so I know this story by heart. And also in the radio, they telling story every day, so nothing to do, just listen to that. So I said, gosh, I know this character, and I know everything about the story. So I went there, and I don't know anything, do whatever the director wanted me to do. At the same time as other girl, I remember her uncle is a big director from Shanghai Film Studio. I said, she has a relationship back door. I don't have anybody. So anyway, the director always wanted me to do first shot, and then she followed do the exact same thing. Anyway, after the screen test, everybody liked my screen test, so I been chosen to make that movie. That's really changed my whole life. Never back to farm again. And then after I made 3 movies, Shanghai Film Studio get me resident to Shanghai. And then from then on, every year 2 major movies. 10 years I make 20 movies. And when I'm not making movie, I play stage show. I have 2 major like a theater as ballet dance, and also I make some TV series. I as an MC for 18,000 people for Chinese New Year and China's independent celebration. They used to in the like a Toyota Center in Shanghai 体育馆. So hosting that many people, and the live for the television. So most of if I'm not making movie, most of Chinese New Year and holiday, I'm not with home with my parents. I was on TV. The rain, the clock. Yeah. Next question.
So you've already told me your experience in the film industry. Were you trained before going on stages or acting?
No. I feel like I'm learning and doing the same time. Talk about learning during the theater time, the Shanghai and children's theater time. I feel like open my eye. I heard the director, other actor talk about Stanislavski, the Russian famous theater, the person. So I try to borrow books you cannot buy. And when I'm doing the movie, I talk to so many. We have this movie has so many great old actor in that group. So I talk to them. I'm not playing my part. When I'm not have my scene every day, I was in the same set. I watching other people to do what they do, and so I can remember everybody's line. If somebody cannot, I can't do anything. And also I through the older actor, they taught me how to, they learn when they was in the school, in the theater school. So I learned the character like I write the background for the character. I write about what the character, not only the character, the script tell you what the character is. I write about his history, about his parents, his grandparents, his habit, his past, his friends. Anything you can think about it, you just build up. More detail is better. And I write every single sentence, 潜台词, like underneath what does that mean. Even he doesn't have sentence, even just take a look, I put down all the verbs underneath. I remember this very important, this stuff like says verb is important. So like even like you right now not is listen to me, your listen is a verb. So underneath the sentence, what does that mean? So I do all my homework, write a lot. Every single character, I have all of 20s, whatever character, I just write down all of that. So when you go there, whatever you say, oh, even doesn't have the sentence dialogue the director gave to you, but if you know the character so well, you can say, oh, if this character in this situation, what is he gonna say? What is she gonna say? What is she gonna do? So I do all my homework. And same thing like when I not make a movie, I play a stage play, but I just like a second cast. But I was there. I know everybody's in the stage position, all the lines. And when the director say, a group, a character, sick. It's tonight. You have to go there. I say, what? I haven't rehearsal anything yet. I say, the director say, I know, you was there every day. You know all the position. Come to my home afternoon. I go with you, run with you. Just read. Just you read your dialogue. So I did that. I was so nervous. It's like a major leading character. He never directed for me. I never exercised, talk to any other actor. I just watching all the time. So I was, and the director, I think I want to thank for him, and he was very trust on me, and he said, "You can do it, you can do it." So I think he encouraged me. I couldn't think anything else. He said, "Don't think about too much. You know the lines because he was there every day." So I did. There was like a major break for me, and for yourself, you feel like you challenge yourself, make you feel like you did all the work, all the homework works. You know, 我们中国话idiom say 功夫不怕不负有心人. You paid so many effort, so that was a good one.
So you were playing a lot of prominent roles in major movies by that time. So how were you received by public?
I have a good publicity. Yeah. Probably I made, you know, stage you only can I play in Shanghai is only Shanghai audience though, but the movie is really different. Is a countryside, countrywide. Everybody from every place in China, they sees you. I think my first movie was very successful because that particular movie during the end of the Cultural Revolution didn't talk about political. They talk about the Civil War, so people feel like it new, and they tied about to the Gang of the Four and the Cultural Revolution, the things. So we're gonna watch something else, and with all the old actor, very famous actor, we just like it. It's good movie. And later on, I made other movie about the Qing Dynasty, from the first one with the Hong Kong director, enjoying venture. This is a history, and also that was very successful about China. Probably like all the Qing Dynasty movie, that's the best one, because everything is according to the history. Even the costume, the makeup, and the jewelries, everything, the set. We really in the Forbidden City. I really sit on the throne. Right now, you cannot do this anymore because all the historic people say, no, you're going to destroy the things, so they have to sit right now, not doing this anymore. Okay.
So which movie was your favorite one?
What's the question?
Which movie was your favorite one?
You know, for all the actors, they always say next one. I say that the first one was pretty interesting, and the one with the Qing Dynasty, and I play empresses that called Listen Behind the Curtain. Actually called 垂帘听政火烧圆明园西太后, like 3 secret. Actually, after 2 of them, and the third one I already here, and I have to go back to make the third one. The third one's already on the set. We cannot go inside anymore.
So can you tell me anything interesting that happened during your time in the film industry?
Yeah, which part? Which kind? So many things.
Anything that you can think of? I don't.
Interesting things, right?
Interesting thing. Like,
Yeah. In the first, when you make a movie, you in the crew, you like is a family with all the people together. But after 6 months, sometimes most of 6 months, and you feel very sad that you have to leave, and you go to the next group. But some of them still, same time. This is one part, and it's good things that you also make a friend, like a big family. And also other things, you have the chance to go different places. You can visit different places other people never can see it. I remember the second movie, 阿夏河的秘密, I have to go to the Yunnan province. That time, in the South China, close to Vietnam. That time doesn't even have the train only go to the Kunming. We have to take a 1 week by bus under the mountain, kind of very scary. Every turn, everybody was screaming, and no electricity. Go to the ethnic people, 少数民族 like 白族那儿 they're totally different, like mud. The mud is red, azalea flower every year, every time. But now it's like a resort. So my time go there, you see the real beauty about the nature without any pollution. I don't know if right now you have seen, and I have the chance to, in China, if you're a good actor, I think you should do that. When you want to be a soldier, you have to be trained. Otherwise, even shoot a gun, looks like you know how to shoot. And if you are a fisherman, you don't know how to on the boat and carry this boat stuff. So we have to go to, we call 体验生活. 1 month before shooting, we have to go live that life. So that's really, you learn a lot of skill. I made 3 movies about soldiers. So I been trained how to shoot, how to ride horses, and I become a very good shooter. they thinking I'm pure luck for first time, but somehow I just very good. And the army, I spent 1 month afterwards. I like everywhere in my body is bruise because they training me as a real soldier. You have to shoot. I feel like I don't like the long gun. It's heavy, so I like the small one. Is light. So they training you, and like a really soldier, you have to lie there and kneel and standing different position, and they have training you nighttime. They call 3 seconds. Use a light there, da 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 da. So you shoot, what is second, the one come back. And this all technique. I learned that when you was 17, never forget. And also learn how to shoot when the person was running or walking. I remember if you run, you shoot front of the person 1.5, something like that. So you shoot 1.5, and then when he's running, so gonna hit something like that. Yeah, I shoot all kind of guns and machine guns. In the movie, we take the bullet out, the top out, to only make the sound and the fire. It looks like real, but won't hurt people. And I even drive tanks. That was a very crazy. The tanks are like the car. They, not like automatic, like what you call the station car, yeah. And I was there with as a soldier. They told me it's fast, And also 1 movie, I need to ride tractor. It's the same thing as tank, I think. So that's in the Yunnan. I play a worker, Tibetan worker in that lumber company. The scene, suppose I ride the tractor and the front of the camera stop and I jumped out. Back is a small creek, like a small river, not very deep. So the director say, camera, roll. Then boom, I jumped out. I didn't realize I didn't put on the right shift. So the tractor still boom, 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 go further. Then I just saw all the people run back and the camera guy holding the camera and the lighting guy holding the big board, like reflect my eye light. They all run to the river. I said, what happened? Because I was front of. Then I didn't realize the tractor I didn't stop because they are running for their life. And one of I'm wearing high boots. I cannot even jump. So one of the other man actor, he jumped there jumped to the tractor stopped. So everybody was laughing at me about that one. So my embarrassment things. This is one thing. And you also for movie. I like it. You make a friend. You go to different places, and you have friends all over the world. Now I have friends all over the world and everywhere. Even I have a fan. Right now, become my best friend too. The same age when I was in Guangzhou. They just visit. They are friends from the artist, the one make the set artist. So they, the same age, they are curious. So they invite me Sunday to visit some park in Guangzhou because I'm from Shanghai. I don't know other city. So we become a friend, And now she's in California. We still keep, I keep all the like a kid's friend, the movie or the farm friend. They say we're friends for many years. That's is really. I feel at that time people we are very pure, innocent, and it's really nice. And I treasure about that. I go everywhere. If some place for me has a friend, I go. It's different, and I remember in Beijing, and the whole group invited by the embassy from the French embassy, and that time one of the counselor is a French guy. He speak Chinese. Some years later, I went here and he become ambassador to China 3 times. And later on, he become ambassador to Berlin, Germany. So we always write letters in Christmas. One time I received his letter. He said, "Chen Yi, if you don't come visit us, I'm probably going to go back Paris again. All your friends already visit me." Then I say, "Charles, can we go?" I never think about go to Germany that time. 2006, I think. That was the World Soccer Cups there. So we went there. He's an ambassador from France. They have the embassy just next to the gate to the soccer, big soccer, just in the middle of that. We stay there. And we talk about, he watched all the Chinese movies and during the Cultural Revolution, probably more than me. My friend become my husband's friend too, because he's an ambassador to Germany. So my husband like political things, so they, can really talk. And he married to a Chinese model. And then we are friends. So it's kind of weird. Your friend have everywhere. You feel like there'll be long time,
That's really amazing. So can you describe the timeline for me? So it seems that on your background information form, you wrote that you graduated from Huadong Shifan University in 1983. So was that during the time when you were acting?
Yes, because Huadong Shifan University is go to the college. It's always my dream. I feel like I'm not completely. Even you become a movie star, you're famous, but in my heart, I feel like I want to study. I want to get the degree. I want to improve myself. So that was hard. Because I cannot, like as a kid, just full-time go there, study. I'm working. So I choose a nighttime and go there. But even nighttime, I cannot, if I have a location shoot, I have to go outside city. I cannot do every night. So I have a friend that gave me the note or recording. But at the same time, I also got, Youdian Daxue from Male. In Beijing language school. Actually Ping in the same school. But she is there. The first lady, Ping Sen. Yeah, she's the same school, but she's inside the school in Beijing. She's learning English. I'm on the mail in Chinese. I'm learning Zhongwen. So I got both degree there and there. And it's hard, you know. In Shanghai, I have ride bicycle nighttime, go to Huadong Shifan Daxue. Inside has one friend is from my farm. So she helped me when I'm not there. She helped me, gave me the notes and recording for the professor, what they say. So my Chinese is pretty good. And in China, I always write article for magazines and sometimes newspaper, whatever, you know, I like it. As actor, also I like voiceover. I think in China, you know, right now here you make a movie in the voice and acting same time. But in China, we always double our voice later on in the room and recording room. It's good or bad? Good is like a recreation you're acting. If you feel like you know, I believe the language is very powerful, can create the character, can make the character more colorful. So like a foreign movie, you know, we have a great group in Shanghai to double the voice for Russian or whatever country, you know, you just love them, the voice and the character. So I see that voice, the part is very important for my art, for my creation job. And also I do for boys. I can, you know, woman can be a a young boy's voice. I like that. Feel like a creation. I also in China in the radio, public radio, I read stories. I like that. I feel like this is all creation. I like the stage sometimes better than the movie. The movie now you become a star, everybody knows you. But I think the movie you do all your works, but like a real as director's works because it's not very continuity. On the stage, you from beginning to the end. Every night you like talk to the audience. Like every audience is different every night. Tonight you say this way. Next day you say different way. It's very nice. But the movie today we can shoot in the last scenes. In the end of the movie, not from beginning to end, it's just jumping over. But you have to understand, lots of people don't familiar with. If I'm doing more homework, so I know I write very carefully. This is the continuity people do. So every shot I did, I write down. Today is my button, which one's open. But tomorrow, maybe the next one, so maybe not continuity. Sometimes you see the movie, and the couple is in this side, the next shot the couple is this side. So kind of there's small things I'm very carefully. Even you're airing or stuff, which hand I write down. Actually, this is not my job as a continuity person have to write down, but I don't care. I don't want to make a mistake, so I'm doing my work, doing more than less. So kind of, I never late for work. Never late to work, and actually I got my master's degree in UH and the drama department. I remember Dr. Cesar Picky. He hates somebody late. I know that. And somebody if late, he's so great. He just says this until you cry, you know. So he make you never. I understand you don't, especially working, you know. Even right now, I have a call work or call back or whatever. I never late. This is a kind of. I don't know what you say is the way you treat your career and the job and the respect for that career. I feel so dark, you're right. I feel so dark, you're right.
Yeah, okay.
So why did you choose to go to the United States?
That's a good question. That decision when I was in the top of my career, I was in the stage play called 春之圆舞曲. I play ballet dance. No B, only A group. So that meaning I cannot sing. That's only person play this main character. So I was, I like the character, I like that. But at the same time, I heard Beijing Film School going to be, after so many years closed, Cultural Revolution, they're going to be first going to open a new class for actor. You have to make 7 major movies, then you can qualify. So that time I think I had already 7 movies, a major character. So I'm qualified for this opportunities. I'm so happy. I feel like I'm ready to go. All of a sudden, then that day I heard they say that school not gonna open anymore. I feel like so disappointed. All my dreams. I got my language school, but it's not acting, right? It's not acting. I never really performed kind of like through school, learn. As the only chance is the place, and you have to make 7 major movies, and you be a small group of the actors going there. All of a sudden, my dream is totally broke. I feel like no hope. Then I was so upset. I was thinking, gosh, I feel like I'm just like I remember the Charlie Chaplin's movie, like in the worker in the machine, just like a machine. You run up, you never stop. I feel like I'm like a machine. The film studio just use me, produce a movie, whatever. I want to improve myself. Now my only chance is gone. That day I decide I'm go somewhere else. I'm gonna study by my own. I want to go to American. That's later on, after I come out, this class started. But anyway, Dr. Cindy Berger, and he's my mentor. He said, even during before I graduate, I take a little bit longer. I have an opportunity to go to Australia, and for BBC and Australia ABC make a TV movie called Children of the Dragon. And afterwards, I showed Dr. Cindy Berger. He said, Lily, you did first class job. So for my professor tell me that, I feel so good, because he is the person. Dr. Cindy Berger getting all the Shakespeare in Houston many years, and he died now already. So he told me, see, Lily, you have more experiences than all the professors in the drama department. Of course, I made 20 movies, they didn't. But why I have to learn this degree? For me, is to know more people and learn American culture. So that's, I really like the school here. I learn lots of things, whatever. And here different, I comparing the performance different, and they talk about Stanislavski too, but not only Stanislavski, part of, Stanislavski is kind of more, Americans more feel like more close to life, not feel like you perform in China on a stage, because also I learned in China, the theater is so huge. You have to make a big and you movement, because the end of the row people cannot even see you, cannot hear you. And here, like Ali Theater, we have different theater, just like a close, just small room. You don't need yelling; everybody can hear you. So that is a different things. China probably right now they have more workshop is different too. So I think art always can be adjusted.
So when did you go to the United States?
85. Mm-hmm.
Did you know English by that time?
Not that much. I learned English through BBC, the radio, and also I learned most of from that and the TV too. So when I come here, kind of pronunciation is different, and some words, I don't even understand. People talk are different. You from the book and the people talking is different. So I remember when people say hello, I just say hi. Then I just run away. I don't know what they're gonna say more. Then I don't understand, And I remember the funny thing. There was a joke about me. We went to in the ELS, English as a second language school. So we have lunch. We go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. So I want to buy things. I like the wing better than the leg. I know how to say the leg, but I don't know the chicken wing. I couldn't remember the words. So I'm just go there. I just say I want to that part. But anyway, the guy understand. I'm so happy. I said, okay, whatever get I want it. I don't want to the body part. I said, I want to that part and the leg. So I got it. So they always joke, you come here. And lots of words is different. And British is different. Even I went to Australia, I learned something like we call trunk, they call boot. They call water, daughter. They always go to drop the last pronounce. And so if you carefully, right now, and thinking back, lots of funny things when you learn English here.
Why did you choose America instead of like going to Britain or Australia?
When I choose American?
Yeah.
Because it's Hollywood.
Oh.
because I don't have friends in Hollywood, so I come here first. But I heard U of H has a good drama school and also has a good mind class. I visited Rice, but they don't have very strong perform part. And they have film part, but very technical part. I visited the UT, also they don't have good, strong perform part. And then I choose, check that UH is fine.
So when you first came to the States, were you alone?
Yes.
Wow.
I come here, then I think if I learn English, I have to stay with America. So I go to Rice, the student center. They have a book about helping students find where to live or something. I found some place there, and in the Rice village somewhere. I think probably through Chinese consulate. I find a lady, American lady. She's learning Chinese. She's by herself. So she probably posts in Rice. So I find her, and we can teach each other. So she told me I write all the English words on the furniture. So, and she taught me how to cook something. And I remember cook okra or something. And probably just pay a little bit rent like 100 or 150 or 200, I cannot remember exactly. And in the ELS, I do some 20 hours work, like selling coffee or something. And they discount the tuition, whatever. And later on, I study, and I live with a lady, old lady, also from Rice, I think, the information. She doesn't need to pay rent. She wants me to feed her 2 kids. So she have to go to Kauai, visit her daughter or something. So I think that's a good deal. So I went there. Actually, we have become a very good friend. And she told me how to make cakes. She told me, lots of Americans' culture things. Yeah.
So when you first decided to go abroad, is there any pushback from your parents?
First, not the parents. First, I have to, because I already very famous there that time. When I was very famous, and the film studio asked me to join the party, I told them I'm not good enough, so I didn't join. I was thinking, gosh, when I was in countryside, I really want to join. They don't want me because right now I'm famous. They want me to join. You know, I just say that with whatever they to think. I say I'm not good enough. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to be an enemy or something. I told them this is my own choice and nothing with it political. So they talk to me. They say, we love you. We don't want you to go. You know. But I say, this is my own choice. I'm not going to do anything hurt China. I just want to improve myself. So my passport, like holding talk for 1 month, then I got my passport. First I said, if I'm party member, probably I cannot go in. I don't know, my parents, I cannot really remember. If now I'm my own kids, I'm letting go somewhere else like this, I probably a girl, I think maybe I went too far, already. My parents, I think they pretty trust me, I think. Of course, I think they worries too, but it's okay. They not really block me or just say don't go, something like that.
So how did you hear about U of H and the schools in Houston?
So I got here, go to the language school first. So during that time, I told you I visited different department, visited Rice and Austin, and here comparing the drama department. Then finally I found that one is pretty good, yeah.
So what were the barriers when you first come to the state?
Say it again.
What were the barriers?
Culture bump?
Cultural shock or any barriers that you encountered?
Yes, I think the language is the biggest one, and lots of. I think the culture bump class really helps me understand a lot of things, especially Chinese American. I remember teachers say, and if the Chinese call you to ask you how's your parents, how your grandparents, how your uncle, and you just don't know what they really want. In the end, they want to borrow your bicycle. For the American, call you, hey, can I borrow your bicycle? Then ask, hey, how's your mom doing? So that's the difference. That's the maybe Chinese and Indian, kind of like that. So you have to understand that. But I think for me, I'm probably more like American. I'm a very honest person. Especially right now, I feel like you're wasting time, make people, sometimes it's polite, I think. Give it a little bit time to think, but not like a Chinese too, turn around. People don't know what you're doing, If you don't understand, this is kind of culture things. And since here, many years I understand.
So can you tell me about your involvement in the art communities and the film industries in the States?
Yes, I was on the board of the art, but they have to have a meeting like every 2 weeks or something. One time when I go out to make a movie or something, I don't want to, I hold in the position and, don't do anything, so I gone. And film, we belong to the film festival, always go there, and especially a couple of years ago, they have a international film festival. I'm not criticized about how but I just do anything I can help. Whatever, especially they have movie from China, I can see through the movie China being different. It changes a lot. Most of it's good, but not But the movie, you know, see all of that. So I see something through a tape and stuff, CD, and see something. Movie also reflect about your real life, the society, everything. China is really different from the time when I was grew up there, and good or bad. But I hope China still can keep the good part and the good tradition part. And I think this is not only China's problem, probably the whole world. And this I hope. I hope kids and young generation more contact with real people, human being, not kind of and like my experiences, I think this different, and you need the technology way, but also you need the real beauty about real human contact. Like you interview me, and we know each other. Otherwise, probably don't feel that way. And so I don't mind, say, oh, people can see me. I want to tell people and the experiences I have different. Probably not for American kids, even in Chinese kids, they don't know what I'm going through. They don't understand that time, how they feel the freedom. So when I vote, you see, not just vote, in China, you cannot vote that time. I don't know, right now still don't really vote things. So that's the difference, you can have your choice. And lots of American kids, they born here, they're already like that. They thinking they take for granted, they don't think about what other people go through, that way. In here, I think if you want to do something and you stick with it, you can succeed. But in China, you can do it too, but not like here. And you have some limitation.
So, did you continue to do acting in the United States?
I never stop. Just not doing in this moment, And I don't know. Right now the kids are older. My mom always say, stop, don't do anymore. Let the audience remind you the best. I say, Mom, if I make some more movies, I'm not gonna make it 20 years old. I make whatever I am right now. And let's see, I don't know, I'm gonna meet the Kevin Kwan, the crazy rich Asian writer. I met him, he promoted the second book in Asian Society 2015, and he writes, so nice to meet you. I didn't really pay attention since he have the movie. Then I read again. I write letter to him, to his agent. This is called Crazy China Girlfriend, the second book.
Yeah.
So I read it. I feel like, I don't know, this is just a sing-song, never gonna happen. I feel like I write a letter to him. I say, I read again the book. I feel I can play several characters. There was some mother from mainland that speaks Shanghainese. I speak Shanghainese. And also the other mother in Singapore. Same age, I think. And I, from mainland right now, the crazy, rich, whatever, I understand that. I didn't say which exactly character I want to play. That one depends. I told him, depends other actor you choose. So we have to match. I haven't hear back because I didn't send to him, send to his agent. But I heard he gonna come here end of this month to some corporate high school speech. Me and my husband bought tickets, $150, whatever. Bought tickets for lunch. I hope I can have a conversation with him. Yeah, this is I don't know this rich things, but actually this movie make lots of Asian actor feel I have a voice, have a chance. in Hollywood movie always make Asia kind of a certain way, you know, it's not real, not a reality, you know, 一个定型了的一个it's not a healthy way, I think. I just read the other day the article about the India and Korea and Chinese, they act what they feel about. So let's see. I hope I can get some part that you can see me.
Wow, good luck. Yeah, so speaking of that, what do you think are the differences between the art and movie communities in the United States and in China?
Right now, it was lots of different. Right now, I think probably China catch up the business way. I think, yeah, is not that much different. And you know, China recently have some kind of I think it's not really healthy way. They use the money to buy, getting showing something. I'm not right now really know exactly what they do. I remember when I was a star, I make the same salary as the person holding the light. And not like right now, it's different. Right now they are more than here. You see how much Fan Bingbing pay her tax, 8 billion, right? So right now in China, if you, this is my sense, Mom, you can go back and make a movie. 2 TV series, I can buy a big house than here, more expensive than here. In my time, I make same money as a worker, but you're famous. But now different. They just like Hollywood, you know, same thing.
So, being an Asian actress, how is it like to act in the States?
Asian actor for acting or what? Acting?
For acting in the United States.
Actually, I think it's not much different. I think acting is like a basic things is play a human being.
Yeah.
The human being doesn't matter where you come from. So I have the chance to make TV series with Peter Strauss, American, and the British actors, the big one, Shakespeare companies. You know, fine. Yeah, they really gave my work a thumbs up. So I very confident. Yeah, in that part, I don't feel like I'm Asian or no. You know, I very confident for that part.
Have you ever experienced any type of discrimination in either movie industry or like in the United States in general?
I can say not really. Yeah, I think I want to tell all my friends too, you have to be confident by yourself first. Don't always thinking that if you acting like somebody look you down because you are Asian, and you feel worse, whatever we tell you, and you know, I don't feel that way. And sometimes you have to speak out, and you're just confident. Don't feel like you are different. You feel like in here, we all come from United States, from all over the world. You feel like you are part of that, so you won't feel that way.
So could you briefly describe your career path in the United States?
Yeah, career path, of course, in here because I'm Asian. Right now, I hope more movie like a Crazy Rich China, the Asia things, because getting more Asian people here. But a few years ago, it doesn't have that topic that many. So just few. So you have less chance than when you was in China, obviously.
So, could you tell me more about your experience when you were in U of H?
UH in drama department. I go through the language school, and then in the drama department I feel like I'm not star anymore. I go back like a student. If nobody knows you, I can wear a t-shirt and shorts. I don't need a makeup. In China, different. I have to think about, because you don't know when people can take a picture from you or to put on a magazine or somewhere. So I feel like a real myself, and I also make some friends too, and just get what I missed. It's like a child actor. I miss my good time, like a college time, whatever. I was working hard, Lots of people say, "Oh, I watch your movie when I grew up." I say, "Sounds like I'm very old, I say that because I'm child actor, I was very young, 17 starting. So of course, you watching, they are in the school watching my movie. I don't have the chance to go to school that time, so they can watch me movie. So when I go to UH, I feel like I go back my missing time. Like now I understand that Michael Jackson, how he miss his childhood kids. He have to walk, sing. But of course, I'm much better than him. He was very young, 5 years old, starting. So I feel like I do miss that part. And in the UH, at lunchtime, I sit light in the lawn, just eating lunch. Talk with. Sometimes you meet with different professor. And it was Abi, like a big playwright. Everybody was scared sitting at his table. Nobody there. So I said, "Can I sit with you?" He said, "Sure." I said, and then we talk. I never forget. He's all the plays very like Who's Afraid, Virginia Woolf, and all the play he wrote. And then he talked about I said, "You play was in China, Beijing." One of the group who want to play his play, and we even talk about he really want to his play going to China or something. So kind of experiences, other people won't have, And so this I told my kids, you don't feel like a fear professor, just talk to them. They probably want to be, nobody talk to me, sit there by himself, Same thing. I met a rice professor. He say, "I don't know anybody." He say, "In the end of the 4 years, they want me to write a recommendation letter because I don't even know them. They're afraid to come talk to me. Even the first year, second year, third year." Then I say, "Just go there." I told my son to just go talk to the teacher, whatever, any question, or even argue with them, and they like that. If I have students, I like kids to talk to me, ask a question. I can help you. I feel good. They grade better. Kind of things like that.
So how did you get involved in community services in Houston?
This I want to thank you for my husband. In China, we always probably think you keep yourself nice, good, is enough. You don't want to care all the other things. This is not your business. But in here, first I come here, like my husband said, "I do this." I think this is not our business. Then by the time pass, I realize that is how to make the society better. Is not the government, not the party. Is every citizen do something will be different. That was very involved with the kids' school starting, and so I think the school didn't do. All the parents, they volunteer, do lots of things. Same thing as usually like a different organizations, Chinese organization or different groups organizations. So this is very important for our city and the society.
Yes. Could you describe your involvement in Chinese or Asian communities in Houston?
Yes, we have a couple of them. One, Asian society not is Asia people. Is this society is helping American know about Asia. But we do have Asia. I think a couple of them, Chinese Civil Center, 活动中心, and 中华中心. Couple of them also has. They even have video or something, radio station stuff. I think they're getting better, especially for the Chinese. When I come here, more people from like Taiwan. Now it's got like a mainland more people because the professor, a student, they're getting more and more and business. I really don't like the band for two. I feel like a Taiwanese and Chinese mainland is same people. When you talk to them, we speak the same language. We eat the same things. Because the political things make the divided and kind of weird. Actually, people want together. They always free about they're gonna fight each other. I don't think so. They just brother sisters. I'm not very involved with these two parties. I think like for Americans, they thinking you all Chinese. It's not two different people, and we should be together, not separate.
How did you get involved with the Asian Society?
Oh, this is because my husband was the chairman for Asian Society more than 20 years, 25 years. And so supporting him, I involved with that too. I introduced him to all the Chinese ambassador to China and foreign diplomat. My aunt, uncle was in the China and this kind of field, was ambassador to Venezuela or something. So I have lots of people know, and they would talk about the funny current ambassador to American Cui Tiankai, Ambassador Cui. Just here yesterday, my husband had a meeting with James Baker stuff, a grand partnership. When 2 years ago, when we was in New York, my husband also is an honorary consul from Thailand, so we just on the line to shake hand with the Ambassador Cui and different countries. So by the time I go there, and he just all of a sudden he kneeled down. He say, "Your Majesty," kind of 参见太后. So I use a dialogue in the movie. Okay, I was so embarrassed. I said, "Please stand up." He said, "I was your big fan." His generation really saw my movie, and he's from Shanghai too. So kind of things like that. And this one, another one in Singapore, in the Li Lanqing, Premier, Chinese Minister Premier, 副部长. That time, same thing. That was a couple of years ago. He kneeled down too. Just my husband was shocking. He has no idea what's going on. Now he understand. That told him first is movie is so powerful. I have a movie, maybe the other one is a ballet dance. He make a movie with me. He told me, if you dance for the swine like the prince for 10 years, not equal one movie. He played one movie like everybody knows him. He said he danced 10 years on the Shanghai stage only for the prince. Nobody knows. So I was thinking movie is very powerful. So we're going to use this is good tool to make good one, not bad one, So I didn't realize, in fact, so many people's life, again, so many years, they still remember. I cannot believe. I remember other things. I was with my husband. They went to Shanghai. They have an EB5. He's an immigration lawyer. We went to Shanghai, have a conference. One day, I was in the booth. All the other lawyers, they go to lunch or bathroom, so I was there. I said, okay, I can hold and take care for a few minutes. One lady come, Chinese lady come here and look at me. And he's starting to cry. And he's starting shaking. And I said, may I help you? I just patted him. I said, okay. I said, I cannot believe. It's you. Are you Chen Ye? I said, yes. I said, we can take a picture together. I want to cool her down. She cannot speak. She just, I cannot believe. Then finally I cool her down. I said, you come here, you have something, right? You have some business you want to do. I said, oh, my daughter want to study or immigrate to America or something. Finally, she cooled down, and I have a picture with her. She said, I just cannot believe I feel like I can see you all the years in life, in personally. She said, I always see in you when I was, years ago in the movie, see you. I like you. I have all your posters, keep that. Somebody sending me lots of posters. They keep it. 1 year, whole year calendar, I have 12 months all my picture. And so lots of people keep that. And the magazine, somebody sending me the old magazine, I was in cover stuff. I cannot believe kind of. Then my husband, this called star power. I said, I hope I gave people a good character. I feel like my character always kind of like a good one, and I hope I play some bad too.
So speaking of your husband, how did you meet him?
In Houston, and he has a former client. Sees me, ask me if you don't make a movie, you're gonna die or not. I said, I'm not gonna die, but I'm not gonna give up. I just got here. He said, okay, in that case, I need to introduce you a lawyer, so make you a legal here. How about if Hollywood find a job for you? You are international student. You're not legal working for this country. I said, that's important. I need a legal if Hollywood give me a job. So I met Charles. And he's an immigration lawyer. And later on, he was joking with me. He said, Hollywood didn't discover you, I did. But he was very supporting me. He supported me. I finished my degree because I have to make the movie between, my graduation. I have a post for other half year because I make the movie and also have a baby. And I said, my teacher say I have more experiences than the teachers. But he said, this is your dream, just finish it. So I finished the degree. I spend more time writing my series than other people because, the English part. So anyway, I made it.
So how many kids do you have?
2 sons, also graduate from Rice. Yeah. One is a mechanical engineering, business minor. Other one is geology. Yeah. Now the geology one is a 3rd year law school in U of H.
Wow.
The older one is working for U.S. Trust, a Bank of America.
So do you try to maintain Chinese culture with your children?
Yes, I only speak Mandarin to the boys. So this also, thank you for my husband. He decided I only speak Mandarin to them. So they can speak perfect language, the Mandarin, and they understand. Mm-hmm. But the Shanghainese, they don't speak, they understand anyway. My husband said don't confusing them with other dialect. But in school they learn Spanish. My husband speaks Spanish, so they have 3 languages. I think it's pretty good. But right now they regretting they didn't writing well in Chinese, and the reading. There was the kids, they would feel like boring and difficult for the Sunday school in Chinese. Only one time you need to practice all the time anyway.
Yeah. So do you still do you celebrate the Chinese festivals?
Yes, we do. Yeah. Yeah, I have after Christmas and Chinese New Year, I have all the decorations, and we still have a Chinese like a New Year, still like a try to the tradition way. I gave them a hongbao too. They like the hongbao as the money, red envelope.
So have you experienced any conflict between Chinese and U.S. culture?
In family, outside.
In family, when raising your children.
Yes. You see, right now, if I talk to them fast, easy, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm writing, I'd rather just talk easy. But if I write Chinese, they don't understand. I have to write English. And but sometimes kind of funny. I write English, use a Chinese alphabet. The sounds like because it doesn't have English. We have special words, so kind of a way. I taught them when they was kids speak Chinese. I think I wanted them don't hate the language. I wanted them willing to speak. I told them that way. I didn't say, this is the mother tongue, you have to do. No way, not that way. I told them, you both boy, you have your secret language. And when you speak, other people don't understand. So when they play a ball game, as you say, pass to me or something in Chinese, nobody knows. So they think it is pretty cool, it works. So they keep them speaking.
This is so cool. So do you still go back to China often?
Yes. Usually go before, last year go twice a year. Last year, the end of the year and beginning year, we went with the mayor delegation to 3 cities, Shanghai, Beijing, Shenzhen. And this is the second time with the mayor. And even last time with the Bill White mayor. I come back, he say, oh my gosh, he say, when we was in Shanghai, some part about the steel company, big company, and all the people, he say, you don't want to go with Lily. Everybody come to me, leave the mayor alone. It's feel bad. He said, now you understand, so it was funny. Yeah, I go back every time I go gathering with all of my elementary student, classmate, the same people, elementary, high school, and someone even in the farm. And the elementary group, boy and girl, we always have a gathering together. Kind of fun.
Do you take your children with you when you go back?
Yeah, we did. I took them to the Great Wall, to the Beijing, all kind of the place I made the movie, and show them where is where. But I didn't take them to the farm. I won't take them. They don't have a chance now. They can go by themselves too. Yeah, all my friends knows them. I send them Christmas card every year. I write Christmas letter every year in Chinese and report what happened. So last year I didn't do it. I feel bad, and my friends say, we're just waiting for it. Now nobody write anymore. Always just the picture or just email or something. And I think, God, so many people really miss it. So this year I'm gonna go back, do this again.
So what were your biggest challenges and rewards in raising your children?
Yes, and I feel like they have everything. It's not like when I grew up. So I want them to have some hardship. I teach them lots of things, but I still feel like I do too much for them. And when it was third grade and 5th grade, me and my husband sent them to Wild Ranch summer camp. Wild Ranch, that means is working ranch, and no air conditioning, no TV, stuff like that. They have to stay there, and they have to wash their own dishes and laundry. They have to ride a horse. They have to camping or whatever. usually works when they come back. You know, they just wash their dishes, so this stuff. But after probably a few weeks, they forget about it because we did it for them too. And yes, so you know, because here, not like when I grew up, you know, kids just a neighbor, we all play together. But here, you know, nobody here. But in school, they still, when they was young, you know, still have a friend. So here are different people too. They can find college. I think friends is forever too.
Yeah. So, what do you think is your biggest success in your life until now?
I don't think I'm that success. I just doing okay, and I don't think I don't know. I'm satisfied. I have experiences as a woman, as an actress. I made a movie. I go through all the experiences that not everybody can go through, and so far the kids' education, I think I almost gave up everything to raise them, because like they say, I can continue make a movie, go back, or make money and stuff. But I think education is the important things for me, and so is worthy for me now. I realize worth for me to raise them, to give up myself things. But if I go do it again, I'm probably not gonna give up everything. I'm gonna do something too. I'm continue try to do things. I think just everything just a little bit. You don't need a big things. It's something you do the right things. I always tell them, do the right things even a little bit. You feel good and you feel right.
So, do you have any questions?
I don't know, is there like anything else that you want to like add to your story, like maybe like a really good memory that you have, or like I don't know, or like things that you look forward to in your life?
Yeah, I'm thinking not for me, and also for the Asia or the people from different country to American. Keep your own culture is very important. That's your root. Every culture has very valuable things, is good one. So, like a religion, every religion is good. Tell people to do the right things, just the way different. Same thing, and just whatever. How old are you? Keep studying. Keep. What do you say? Always, because the world is going on, you always study and improve yourself, and whatever with your kids or with outside, just in that way keep you, especially woman, keep you very confident. And I believe women should be independent, but this China is good because I wish I didn't change my name. It's so complicated. In China, woman has own name. You don't, even you marry, you don't like follow your husband's name. So independent is very important also, and you confident. Don't feel like people looking you down. If you only yourself look yourself down, nobody can look you down. If somebody look me down, I don't care. I know who I am. You thinking about that way, I think everybody doing the right things, we can contribute to the society.
Is there anything that you want to add that we hadn't mentioned before?
What a part.
If there's, thank you for your time, and
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you
I'm
so
so happy
much.
to